do you think this roster stacks up against the rest of the AFC North? And I think that's still the best division in football. I know you've addressed this Locked On Browns podcast, but how does this Browns roster stack up with the rest and the best of the AFC North?
Well, I mean, you look at Baltimore, and Baltimore had a pretty decent draft, but Baltimore lost a lot of talent. And look, it happens. You're that good. You lose a defensive coordinator who moves on. Then, you're going to have, get into the game of having to start replacing talent. It's certainly what Baltimore did, but a lot of it is going to come from the draft and how quickly does that work out for them. Cincinnati as well had a pretty good draft, but, lost your best defensive player. The whole T. Higgins situation is still out there that nobody knows what's going to come of it. Whatever, people want to question about Joe Burrow, I don't know if any of those stories are true or whatever, but he is coming off another season-ending significant injury. Pittsburgh, you believe maybe Russell Wilson and Justin Fields are better than what Kenny Pickett was, but both of them obviously, had their warts the last couple of years with both, which led to both of them, being moved on from the franchises they were with. I think Pittsburgh did well in drafting depth at offensive line. But to count on 3 young players to contribute right away out of the offensive line position is probably a lot. And the Browns, it was just their draft was just about bringing in some depth and guys that most likely would be 2025 players before they would be 2024 players. You think it really looks well for the Browns. Obviously, Baltimore's got a big calling card with their quarterback in Lamar Jackson. Cincinnati, the same case with Joe Burrow. I think the Browns are hoping they're going to get that best version of Deshaun Watson. But that's where it seems like it kind of is going to wrap up. Everybody's loaded. The division was loaded last year. It's going to be loaded again this year. But that Baltimore and Cincinnati right off the bat are, coming out with top 5 quarterback play.